The hereditary Grand Ducal couple of Luxembourg view an exhibition in Luxembourg City. The Crown Prince couple of Norway visits the Stovner police station in Oslo. Prince Albert II of Monaco opens a conference in Monacoville. And King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia of Spain attend the opening of the 43rd edition of Arco Madrid. All this and much more coming up next on your Royal Daily News. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're doing well today. My name is Alexandra, and welcome to your Royal Daily News for Thursday, March 7th, 2024. In Monacoville, His Serene Highness, Prince Albert II of Monaco, as High Patron, presided over the inauguration of the 12th edition of the Monaco International Meetings and the Mediterranean, held at the Musée Oceanographique de Monaco. The theme of this year's two-day forum is Gardens in the Mediterranean, the time of abundance, the time of virtues, the time of the wonderful. Established in 2001 and held every 2 years, the forum gathers, quote, specialists on the Mediterranean from the intellectual and scientific world to exchange their knowledge and expertise on the cultural and natural heritage of the region, examining it from the angles of the past, present, and future. This year, 19 speakers from around the world will gather to participate in roundtable and panel discussions. End quote. This evening in Madrid, Their Majesties, King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia of Spain attended the 22nd In Memoriam concert held at the Auditorio Nacional de Música. The concert is held in tribute to the victims of terrorism, which is celebrated annually on the eve of March 11th, the day in which 193 people lost their lives after a terrorist attack in Madrid on March 11th, 2004. On Wednesday, Their Majesties, King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia of Spain presided over the inauguration of the 43rd edition of the Feria Internacional de Arte Contemporáneo Arco Madrid, held at the IFEMA. Arco Madrid is an international contemporary art fair that constitutes one of the main platforms of the art market within the international circuit of promotion and dissemination of artistic creation. According to the Royal Court of Spain, the 43rd edition of Arco Madrid, quote, features the Caribbean as the protagonist. A central project is designed for the investigation of galleries and artists linked to the Caribbean in an expanded vision, without limiting itself only to the physical territory. Under this premise, the section that maintains the Feria's connection with Latin America will have the participation of around 20 galleries selected by Ms. Sarah Herman and Ms. Carla Acevedo Yates. A total of 207 galleries from 36 countries will turn Madrid into the international capital of contemporary art, and 172 galleries make up the general program, adding to them the curated sections, the shore, the tide, the current, and oceanic Caribbean, with 19 galleries, opening with 16 and never the same Latin American art with 12 galleries. End quote. I've always wanted to attend Arco Madrid. It's pretty amazing from what I understand. Hopefully next year. In Thimphu, His Majesty King Jimny Khesar Wangchuck of Bhutan held an audience with representatives from 20 districts in the Kingdom of Bhutan at the Royal Palace. According to the Royal Court of Bhutan, the representatives are visiting Thimphu to, quote, attend an executive forum organized by the RCSC and Cabinet Secretariat, end quote. This afternoon, Their Imperial Highnesses, Crown Prince Akishino and Crown Princess Kiko of Japan arrived at Haneda Airport to officially welcome their Royal Highnesses Crown Prince Bila Ibni Hassanal Bolkiah and Crown Princess Sarah of Brunei, along with their 4 children, to Tokyo. This year, Japan and the Sultanate of Brunei will celebrate 40 years of diplomatic relations. On Friday, Their Imperial Majesties Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako of Japan will host a gala luncheon at the Imperial Palace in honor of the Crown Prince couple of Brunei's visit to Tokyo. In Oslo, Their Royal Highnesses Crown Prince Haakon and Crown Princess Mette-Marit of Norway arrived at the Stovner police station to participate in a meeting with various organizations working to end violence against women. According to the Royal Court of Norway, during the meeting, representatives from the Crisis Center Secretariat, Legal Advice for Women, Alternative to Violence, and the church's city mission at Laura's House housing facility briefed the Crown Prince couple on their work and how they help women. Thereafter, the Crown Prince couple visited Aske, Bærum, and Lier Crisis Center. The center provides help to all individuals who are, quote, exposed to violence in close relationships. Both women, men, and children with a guardian can come to the center for conversations about safety, advice, and guidance. The center also has free, safe, and temporary accommodations, end quote. On Wednesday afternoon, His Majesty King Carl Gustaf of Sweden attended the 2024 Fishing Forum held at the Hotel Hasselbacken in Stockholm. The Fishing Forum, organized by the Swedish Agency for Agriculture, is a national conference on fish and fishing issues. This year's attendees include professional and recreational fishermen, fishing tourism entrepreneurs, product and destination developers, fishing rights owners, authorities, financiers, and representatives for scientific advice. Quote, together they discussed ecologically, socially, and economically sustainable fishing. End quote. Meanwhile, His Royal Highness Prince Daniel of Sweden, along with representatives of the Prince Daniel Fellowship, visited the Blekinge Institute of Technology in Karlskrona. The Prince Daniel's Fellowship aims to inspire young people to become entrepreneurs and to support a number of businesses through mentoring. The project is a long-term collaboration between the Prince and the King. According to the Royal Court of Sweden, during the visit, the Prince, along with students, attended an inspirational lecture where entrepreneurs Patrick Lutran and Jonas Talander from the Prince Daniel's Fellowship spoke about their experiences in entrepreneurship. In the afternoon, the Prince visited the cable company NKT, as well as the Marine Technology Center, which works with sea-based energy, defense, and sustainable marine environments. In Luxembourg City, Their Royal Highnesses, Hereditary Grand Duke Guillaume and Hereditary Grand Duchess Stephanie of Luxembourg, accompanied by the Minister for Culture, Mr. Eric Till, arrived at the Musée des Echelles to view the temporary exhibition entitled Sub Umbra Alarum, Luxembourg Habsburg Fortress, 1716 through 1741. In a press release from the MDE, the exhibition, quote, highlights the significant extension of fortifications under the new Austrian regime, including the construction of Fort Tungen in 1732. Imperial troops with their families established themselves in the Duchy of Luxembourg and marked it with their imprint. Following the journey of those who commissioned and carried out the work, the exhibition will shed light on this period, marked by 3 wars of European succession, during which the fortress played a leading strategic role. Through 18 specialized articles and numerous unpublished documents, the exhibition catalog traces the evolution and importance of the fortress from 1716 to 1741. End quote. Sub Umbra Alarium, Luxembourg Habsburg Fortress, 1716 through 1741, will be open to the public until April 14th. In Brussels, His Majesty King Felipe of the Belgians, accompanied by the Minister of Justice, visited the headquarters of the Federal Prosecutor's Office. His Royal Highness Duke Franz of Bavaria attended a celebratory mass at the Bamberg Cathedral on the occasion of the appointment of the 14th Metropolitan Archbishop of Bamberg, Monsignor Herwig Gossel. And finally, last Thursday, Her Royal Highness Princess Sophie Alexandra of Bavaria gave a lecture on the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals at the Landkreis Landsberg am Lech District Administration Office. The princess, who casually announced that she was expecting, was a former employee in the Office for Sustainable Development of the Secretary General Antonio Guterres at the United Nations in New York City. The SDGs, also known as the Global Goals, were adopted by the United Nations in 2015 as a universal call to action to end poverty and hunger, protect the planet, end discrimination against women and girls, and ensure by 2030 that all people enjoy peace and prosperity. According to a press statement from the House of Wittelsbach, in her lecture, the princess, quote, gave an in-depth insight into her years working at the United Nations in New York and the development of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. The event also provided an opportunity for discussion and the exchange of ideas. In addition to her international commitment, Princess Sophie is also committed to social issues in Bavaria and is currently working on a new project for the Nymphenburg Aid Organization. This is intended to help people in Bavaria who are affected by crises and conflicts. End quote. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. I will be back tomorrow on Friday, March 8th, with all the latest royal news. Until then, I sincerely wish each and every one of you a wonderful afternoon and a great day tomorrow. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss a thing. Okay, again, have a wonderful afternoon, everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care.